What's up, guys? We are back with a full NBA slate here on Wednesday, November 20th. We're going to break down every game and look at bets on the side and over-under, and I'll throw some player props in the pinned comment for tomorrow for the national TV game, so buckle up. We have a great video for you tonight. Tuesday went okay, guys. We got off to a nice start there, and honestly, maybe even a little bit of a lucky start with the Cavaliers. We had them at plus 4.5. If you waited around, you could eventually get them at plus 6.5. That bet came through, so it was a great spot that we really liked. Nice to see that one cash. We had the over there in the Charlotte-Brooklyn Nets game, and that one came in pretty easily. We did have the under there in the Denver-Memphis game if Jokic didn't play. He did not play. Unfortunately, we saw that game get just barely towards the over. The Thunder minus 8.5. They just came out and played a terrible game and straight up lost there against the Spurs. Last up, guys, we got the Utah Jazz at plus 11. They're fighting it out there with the Lakers down to the wire here. They've got a real chance, so we could end up with a 3-2 day, which wouldn't be the end of the world, honestly. All the wins that we've had recently, a 3-2 day, not a big deal, guys. Any winning day, we will definitely take that. If you want to win all of your bets today, hit that like button. It's good luck and shows support for the channel and all the hard work we're putting in every single day. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on our daily content. You can now also sign up for a channel membership by clicking the little join button right below the video. Members get exclusive early access to all NFL and college football videos and get their names up on screen just like right now. I really appreciate the support from all of you. Seeing that badge next to your comments makes me feel like this work is all worth it. Our videos are sponsored by StumpTheSpread.com. We have a team of experienced cappers over there for every major sport, currently covering NFL, NBA, NCAA football, UFC, NHL, and college basketball. This is one of the best times of the year to be in the mix with so many sports going on. Click the link in the description if you're interested in signing up, and also to join our free email list to get the occasional free or premium pick straight to your inbox. Comment below with any bets you're looking today, and we will give you our best advice on all of them. We are committed to responding to every single comment every day, so let us know anything you want to say about these videos, my picks, or anything else you see here. As always, our favorite picks will be in the pinned comment down below. Now let's get into our first game of the day. We've got the New Orleans Pelicans going on the road to take on the Cleveland Cavaliers. New Orleans comes into this game, guys. They are straight up not having a good time here at the beginning of the season. They are 4-11 on the year. They come into this game fresh off getting absolutely obliterated last night in Dallas. They lost that game 132-91. Yeah, New Orleans, obviously a shell of the team they expected to have. We saw Brandon Miller come back to earth a little bit, only 17 points in the loss. Trey Murphy III honestly had an okay night, I guess, but yeah, he posted a minus 35 out there despite scoring 19 points. It was just really bad. I'm not going to dive too deep into what happened to the Pelicans there. I mean, we saw Luka come back and score 26 points, and the Mavs were clearly down to run up the score here in, an NBA Cup game. They need those points, and they sure got them. So we'll see who the Pelicans will even have available for this game. Right now, CJ McCollum does not seem like he's going to be playing in this one. I mean, he was ruled out for Tuesday. There's a chance we see him on Wednesday, but I'm not going to be holding my breath. Obviously, got to stay updated on that injury report, guys, but it's looking pretty bleak there for the Pelicans. Obviously, not going to have Zion or anybody like that, and this team is really just a shell of what we expected to see from them in the regular season. So, yeah, looking at their opponent for this game, the Cavaliers have to be a little bit disappointed to come up 3 points short there at the Celtics. It was a crazy game, guys. The Celtics absolutely shot the lights out in the early goings. It was crazy stuff. They ended up shooting 22 of 41 from long range in the game, guys. Bonkers. Tatum was 6 of 10. Horford was 4 of 5. Just, yeah, crazy stuff. Pritchard was 3 of 6 coming off the bench and dealing with an injury. We saw the Celtics, pretty much just hold things even there on the board. So the Cavs didn't have a terrible game, guys. Donovan Mitchell didn't shoot the ball particularly well from deep, but did still put up 35 points. Evan Mobley, guys, he had 22 points and 11 rebounds and 6 assists. He had a great game. Darius Garland didn't have the best time out there, guys. That was pretty much the reason they lost this game. He put up 8 points on 3 of 21 shooting. He was 0 of 6 from deep in the game. So, yeah, you can end up in the torture chamber there going against those Celtics defenders. So, yeah, didn't love what we saw from Cleveland in that one, and mostly just didn't love what we saw from Mobley. So, we'll see if they can bounce back here playing on back-to-back nights. Cleveland, in terms of their health for this game, Karis LeVert did not play yesterday, so we'll see if he suits up for this one. We'll see if Dean Wade suits up. He was ruled out there for that game against the Celtics, and yeah, Wade didn't play either. So I think there's a decent chance at least one of these guys comes back, and if it's Karis LeVert, that is a big deal. He makes a big difference there to the Cavaliers bench. So looking at the trends for this game, New Orleans 7-6-1 to the over this season. Cleveland 6-2 against the spread at home this year, and they are 10-5 to the over. So yeah, definitely some over trends in this game, and maybe you could talk me into over 221.5, but I'm not too interested in that one, guys. I do think this is a great bounce back here for the Cavaliers at minus 13.5. I know that's a ton of points. I don't particularly like betting huge spreads like this, but right now with Cleveland in a bounce back spot against a Pelicans team that's playing on back-to-back nights and has nobody ready to go, I definitely think this is a spot you want to be looking towards the Cavaliers here to get the win and cover. On the docket, guys, we've got the Chicago Bulls. They're going on the road to take on the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bulls come into this game, guys. They haven't been having the worst season imaginable. I guess they're 6-9 on the year. They come into this game fresh off a 122-112 win there at Detroit. So they'll definitely take that a nice outing. We saw Zach LaVine have a pretty decent day, guys, putting up 25 points on 9 of 19 shooting. He shot 7 of 14 there from long range, posted a plus 24. We also saw Vujacic have a big game. He was 6 of 8 from 3, put up 29 points. Kobe White put up 25. They didn't get a crazy amount of production there from the bench, but it wasn't terrible. We saw the Bulls shoot 50% from long range, so definitely a huge night shooting the ball for them. They did get out rebounded by just a hair there, but yeah, pretty good stuff there if you're a Chicago Bulls fan. The question is, can they sustain this? Can they do this over and over again? Nobody can sustain 50% shooting from three-point range, so we'll see what they do in this one, guys. Patrick Williams ends up on the injury report for the Bulls. He is listed as questionable for this game against the Bucks with that ongoing foot issue, so we'll see if he's out there. Seems very, very up in the air to me as they go on the road to take on the Milwaukee Bucks, who are 5-9 on the season. The Bucks come into this game fresh off of a 101-100 win there against the Rockets. We had the Rockets in the points, so that one worked out for us pretty well, but yeah, kind of didn't really expect the Bucks to win that game necessarily. I mean, Fred VanVleet had a pretty big game. We saw crazy stuff from Giannis. Brook Lopez had a crazy shooting night. Dame 0 of 6 from three-point range, but he made that last bucket when it counted the most. He put up 18 points, coming through in the clutch, kind of his thing. Portis and Gary Trent Jr. both played well. Gary Trent Jr. being able to come off the bench now where he belongs, that makes tons of sense. The dude played really well. He's a second unit guy. If he's in the second unit, he can cook. If he's in the first unit, all of a sudden things are looking a little bit sketch. So we'll see how that goes moving forward. Looking at the injury report here for the Bucks, Chris Middleton still marked as out for this game. We'll see when he eventually comes back. Giannis, he's dealing with a kneecap issue. He's always got something going on there with the lower body. He's probable for this game, so I think we see him play. Middleton still will not be back yet for this game. So guys, looking at the numbers for this one, Chicago, they're 5-4 against the spread on the road. Milwaukee 2-4-1 against the spread at home. Both teams, we've got mixed trends here towards the over-under. Chicago 9-6 to the over. Milwaukee 9-5 to the under. So in terms of the other numbers, the Bucks 8-point favorites. We've got an over-under here of 236.5. I don't love this game, guys, but there's no way the Milwaukee Bucks deserve to be 8-point favorites against pretty much anyone. The Bulls are playing really well right now, so I definitely like Chicago and the points in this spot. I mean, they're above 500 against the spread on the road, too. That doesn't hurt, so I definitely think you want to be on Chicago and the points. In terms of that over-under of 236.5, it feels like kind of a big number, but neither one of these teams are particularly good on defense, so maybe just a hint of the over there, but I really think this is just a spot you want to be on the Chicago Bulls. Hey guys, jumping in here with a quick ad break. This is a great time to sign up at stumpthespread.com. Signing up for a premium membership gets you access to our entire team of cappers covering NFL, college football, NBA, NHL, UFC, and NCAA basketball. It's been one of our most profitable sports over the years. We make things extremely easy for you with pick notifications directly to your phone and unit sizes assigned to each play so you can see where our confidence level is on every individual matchup. To test out the service before you buy, join our free email list to get the occasional free or premium pick straight to your inbox. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you're new. And also, if you want to experience peer-to-peer sports betting while paying almost zero juice, click the link in the description and sign up at betopenly.com. Best peer-to-peer betting site out there. Now guys, back to the games. Next on the docket, we're looking at the Indiana Pacers. They're going on the road here to take on the Houston Rockets. The Pacers are only 6-8 on the season, not really having the year they would have imagined. They come into this game fresh off of a 130-119 loss, a straight-up loss there against the Toronto Raptors. It was in Toronto. I got to cut Indiana some slack, I suppose, but not what I've expected to see from this team here coming out of the gate. We had a pretty bad Tyrese Halliburton game, only 2 of 9 from 3, 16 points. He posted a minus 15 out there, but lots of the starters were struggling, guys, and this was not the full strength, Pacers. Siakam had a mediocre day. Benedict Mathurin, a big night for him, 28 points, 4 of 6 from 3, 10 of 16 from the field in general. The Pacers did shoot 15 of 40 from three-point range and still lost this game. That can't feel great, and yeah, in terms of rebounding, that was where they really got destroyed, guys. They lost the rebounding battle 32-46 there against the Toronto Raptors, who are looking like a sneaky good team. A huge game there from RJ Barrett, a huge game from Jakob Poeltl. So yeah, not a great time for the Pacers. They come into this game struggling for sure. Ben Shepherd on the injury report, Miles Turner on the injury report. We'll see if either one of them play. I mean, Ben Shepherd, he's questionable for this game with an oblique injury, so that's not great. And Miles Turner, a calf issue. I don't know if you're going to really be wanting to rush him back from a calf issue. The last game he played was on the 17th, and he played 40 minutes there against the Miami Heat. So going to have to stay updated on that injury report, but whether or not he plays is a big, big deal in this matchup as they go on the road to take on the Houston Rockets, who are 10-5 on the season, off to a very nice start. They did lose at the last second there against the Milwaukee Bucks. They're playing in Milwaukee, but the Bucks haven't been the greatest team, so definitely not a banner day there for the Rockets, who, yeah, they just couldn't find a way to stop Lillard there on the last possession. We did see very good stuff from Van Vliet in that game, which is a nice thing to see. It's been a bit since he's had a huge game. Jalen Green was nice out there, 21 points on 3 of 8 from 3. We did see Alperen Sengun have a bit of a down game, guys. He still posted a plus 11, scored 11 points, 5 assists, 7 rebounds, but was only 8 of 21 from the field, so not usually what we expect to see from him. Amen Thompson and Tari Eason both looked very good coming off the bench. Those are guys that probably deserve a little bit more run, and Aaron Holiday actually posted a plus 11 there coming off the pine. So definitely some positives there for the Rockets, who come into this game relatively healthy. We do see Jalen Green there on the injury report. He's dealing with a illness, kind of, just the flu. It's flu season, guys, in the NBA. Like, guys are going to be a little bit sick occasionally, so we'll be monitoring his availability leading up to game time. So I don't expect him to be at full strength necessarily, but I do pretty much expect him to play in this game. But like I said, we'll have to see how that goes. Looking at the trends for this one, the Pacers are only 3-5 against the spread on the road. Houston is 6-2 against the spread at home. We got mixed trends here towards the over-under. Indiana, a big over team, no major shock there. The Rockets are 6.5-point favorites here playing at home. We've got an over-under of 231.5. This is a bit of a tough spot, guys, but I do think I like the Pacers and the points, especially if Jalen Green ends up sitting this game out or being severely limited. It is a bit of a bounce-back spot for the Rockets, but I just think the Pacers, they should be better than they are, and I think they're going to figure that out eventually. Will it be in this game? And maybe that's a little bit questionable, but I didn't love what we saw from the Rockets their last time out, and I just am leaning a bit towards the Pacers and the points. In terms of that over-under, I definitely think this would be an under spot, under 231.5, since, the Rockets are probably going to try and slow down the pace here instead of running with the Pacers, but that's not a spot that I'm super interested in. As of right now, we do have a final in that Lakers game, guys. We got the cover, got that pick right. We had the Jazz plus 11. They ended up losing that game 118-124. So nice comeback there for the Utah Jazz. We'll definitely take that one as we dive in here, looking at the Philadelphia 76ers going on the road to take on the Memphis Grizzlies. The 76ers pretty much having a season from hell at this point. They're 2-11 on the season. They just lost at the Miami Heat 106-89. So pretty embarrassing stuff there. They just can't score. They can't do anything right. Paul George is playing terrible. 18 points for him, 5 of 13 from the field, 1 of 7 from 3. He's looking awful. Joel Embiid is looking even worse. 11 points for him, a minus 22 out there in only 31 minutes of work, and he looks just completely gassed and terrible out there all the time. I mean, his numbers weren't a disaster, I guess, but the dude is not ready to play professional basketball right now. So we'll see if they can bounce back a little bit. I don't think anything great is coming down the pipe and for this team until Tyrese Maxey is back, and that's going to be a while. We are seeing Jared McCain play great, guys. He's in the starting lineup. He put up 20 points, 4 of 9 from 3, shooting the ball well, moving well. I'm liking what I'm seeing from him, but guys, this 76ers team not having a great time. Maxey obviously still going to be out there. Oh, Embiid is not even on the injury report, which is pretty wild. You're shocking to see that. He's Maxey, I guess, is getting close. He's questionable for this game with a that hamstring thing, but I don't know if you want to be rushing back from that, guys. You re-aggravate that, and all of a sudden your whole season is wrecked. Kyle Lowry, I don't care about his availability. It's probably better if he's out rather than playing, and it looks like he'll probably be out for this game, guys, with that hip issue. So not going to be the full strength 76ers unless we see Maxey come back. That could change the complexion of this game quite a bit. And given that the Grizzlies are plus 2.5 here, it seems like the odds makers kind of expect him to be back. The Grizzlies are 8-7 on the season. They come into this game 122-110. Draymond Green definitely tried to hurt Zach Edey. I think he should be suspended for that game, and that's coming for a couple games, and that's coming from a Warriors fan. All this stuff about him, like he knocked Edey down by his leg on purpose. So definitely think Draymond should be in quite a bit of trouble for that. We're seeing way too many guys get away with way too much stuff here in the NBA. Memphis in their last game losing 122 to 110 at Denver last night. Oh, it wasn't at Denver, it was in Memphis. They didn't have a whole lot of answers there for the Nuggets, even without Jokic, guys. We saw a big game there from Michael Porter Jr., things from Jamal Murray. We even saw Christian Brown have a nice night, and yeah, just, not the full strength Grizzlies here. Scottie Pippen Jr. doing what he can. Jaren Jackson Jr. had a decent night, but this team just did not have enough, wasting another huge game there from Santi Aldama, who's been just a monster at times this season. The Grizzlies overall shot only 9 of 38 from 3, though. They got to make that number better, and once they do, this team can win some games. In terms of their injury report, guys, Marcus Smart listed as out for this game. Ja obviously not going to be back. Zach Edey out for this game. Yeah, we'll just see what happens, guys. Smart dealing with an illness, so he may not actually be out for this game. He could be back for this one. Zach Edey dealing with the ankle issue. Apparently, he's going to be week to week moving forward, but we have no indication whatsoever that he's going to be playing in this game. So looking like very much not the full strength Memphis Grizzlies here, guys. And as weird as this feels, I'm actually leaning towards the 76ers here a bit. I mean, Philadelphia only 2-5 against the spread on the road. Let's say they're a little bit due here. Memphis 5-2 against the spread at home. Mixed trends here towards the over/under. We've got a total of 219.5, so not really an over/under number that I like at all, but I do like the 76ers here minus 2.5. Feels weird to say, but if Maxey plays and if he's supposed to be healthy, the Grizzlies really don't have any big men to stop Embiid, who has to get going here at some point, I would think. Go ahead and give me the 76ers here at minus 2.5. I feel like this play is very, very live. Next on the docket, guys, we're looking at the Portland Trailblazers going on the road here to take on the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Trailblazers actually come into this game winners of their last 3 in a row. They had those back-to-back wins against the Timberwolves, and they followed that up with a 114 to 110 win against the Atlanta Hawks. So, yeah, definitely a Blazers team that's showing some pride. They're only 6-8 on the season, but it's a lot better than I would have guessed they would be, to be honest. I mean, we saw Shady and Sharp play great, 32 points for him, a +8, and the bench really got the job done, guys. Robert Williams III, 14 points, 8 rebounds, a +20 for him. Banton, guys. Banton coming off the bench, 26 minutes, scored 23 points, 4 of 8 from three-point range. The dude was on fire. So loved what we saw from the bench. Scoot having a down night once again. That's getting pretty common. Overall, the Blazers only shot 36.8% from three-point range. They lost the battle of the boards and still managed to win this game by 4. So definitely got to give them some credit there. In terms of their injury report, Anthony Simons listed as out for this game. DeAndre Ayton also listed as out for this game. Simons is dealing with an illness, so there's a possibility that he ends up playing. Ayton dealing with a finger issue. He's doubtful for this game, and I don't see DeAndre Ayton be the kind of guy to play through things. So I think it's very unlikely that Ayton will play in this game. I think Simon's playing this game pretty much 50-50, maybe 60-40 in favor of him playing. So we'll see how that goes as they go on the road to take on the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have to be pretty peeved, guys. They just played last night at San Antonio and took the 110 to 104 loss. That's not a great look, guys. They're not supposed to be losing games to teams like the Spurs. Obviously, this is not the full strength Thunder, guys. I mean, they're starting Carson Wallace. He played 34 minutes and played well, 13 points there, but SGA and Jalen Williams really having to take on very, very heavy scoring loads because this team is short-handed. Like, there's no way around it. They're short-handed. We saw Caruso have a terrible offensive night, 0 of 5 from 3, 1 of 7 from the field. He only posted a -2, though, guys. Defense does matter, but there's just not enough production coming off the bench right now for this Thunder team that they're just not healthy. Isaiah Joe listed as day-to-day, but the real problem, guys, is Hartenstein being out still, and obviously the absence there of Chet Holmgren for quite a while. A nasty fall there. I don't think there's anything too much you could do about that. We'll see. Getting close to Hartenstein being reevaluated, but it's still at least a week or 2 away. So we'll see how it goes, guys. But right now, things are looking a little bit rough. There's a chance that Isaiah Joe plays in this game. That would help a little bit, but this is just not a full-strength Oklahoma City Thunder team, and they're playing on back-to-back nights. Portland 3-2-1 against the spread on the road. OKC 5-4 against the spread at home. Basically no major trends there towards the over or the under. With an over-under of 222, I'm probably leaning just a hair here towards the over, I think, but no big lean on the over-under. I think in terms of the side, you got to take the Blazers and the points here. The Thunder have a great team, don't get me wrong, but they do not have a great team's worth of players available at this moment. So I think we see the Blazers keep things relatively competitive. It doesn't have to be that competitive, guys. 13.5 is a lot of points, so definitely leaning here a bit towards the Blazers as, my favorite lean on this particular game. Next on the docket, guys, we have the New York Knicks going on the road to take on the Phoenix Suns on ESPN. The Knicks have kind of righted the ship here, guys. They are 8-6 on the season. They've won 3 in a row and 4 out of their last 5 overall. They come into this game fresh off a 134-106 destruction there of the Washington Wizards. Gotta love that if you're a Knicks fan, guys. They seem like they are very much back on track and figuring things out here. Cat had another big game, a plus 22, 24 points for him. Brunson, an efficient shooting night, plus 26 for him and 26 points scored. All starters scored in double figures. Mikal Bridges going 0 for 4 from 3. Probably doesn't feel great, but as a team, we saw the Knicks shoot 50% from three-point range, thanks in large part to Cameron Payne going 5 of 6 there from 3. So, yeah, pretty crazy stuff. Don't expect to see that on a nightly basis, but when you're playing at home against a team like the Wizards, it's time to go ahead and show out because why not? They are a terrible, terrible team. In terms of their injury report, we do see Miles McBride listed on the injury report, guys. I don't think we're going to necessarily see him playing this game. Yeah, he's marked out there with that knee issue. They need him back, guys. He's their most dynamic bench scorer by a long shot. And yeah, obviously we're not going to see Precious Achiuwa yet or Mitchell Robinson, but those guys are progressing. Achiuwa, they're actually, starting to put him on the injury report. Like he was marked out for that game against the Bulls. Like he is nearing a return, but yeah, when are we going to see Mitchell Robinson? We really don't know, guys. That's anybody's guess. Really anybody's guess at this point. So we'll see what the Knicks can do here as they go on the road to take on the Phoenix Suns, who come into this one struggling, guys. They've lost 4 in a row, albeit against some tough teams, like losing against the Magic, the Timberwolves, the Thunder, and the Kings. Not the worst losses in the world, I guess, but yeah, you're losing against the Magic when they don't have Paolo. Like, I don't know, guys. I have a lot of questions here about this Suns team, albeit not the full strength Phoenix Suns right now. In that loss against the Magic, obviously they were far from, at 100%, guys. I mean, we saw Booker. He's doing what he can, but he only scored 17 points. We didn't see Beal. We didn't see KD, obviously. So, yeah, this team just not in very good shape in terms of the injury report. They're going to have to shoot the ball better. They're going to have to, defend a little bit better, but you got to have your guys if you're going to find success. And, yeah, Beal being out, who's surprised to see Bradley Beal missing time, guys? I absolutely am not. Why that guy's been paid like a superstar his whole career is a mystery to me. The best availability you can have is availability, and he does not have that. Beal won't play in Wednesday's game against the Knicks, still dealing with that calf issue. Nurkic, guys, he's got an ankle thing going on. He is questionable for this game, and I'm not sure how much he moves the needle anyway. And obviously, KD, guys, he's going to be out for at least a few more games, at least a few more days. At least I would say he's going to probably be out another week at a minimum. You do not want to be messing around with the calf strain, guys. And I think KD, after blowing out his Achilles while dealing with a calf issue, is probably going to be one of the last guys you would want to rush back from something like that. So it's going to be far from the full strength Suns, guys, and it makes sense that they're getting 6 or 5.5 points in this game. The Knicks are 3-4 against the spread on the road. Phoenix is only 1-6 against the spread at home, continuing a trend from last season where they were very bad against the spread at home. Both teams showing trends towards the over here, and I don't think over 222.5 is a bad play at all, guys. That seems very, very reasonable to me to side with the over. I also think I want to be on the Knicks here at -5.5. It's a bit of a letdown spot for them, don't get me wrong, but with the Suns really having nobody out there at this point, I think the Knicks are going to run up the score pretty aggressively against a Devin Booker-led team, and I don't know what he's going to do out there, guys. I mean, we don't have the most insane defenders, but I do think Mikal Bridges will be a little bit extra motivated, so definitely giving the Knicks here at -5.5. I think it's a very reasonable spot. Next on the docket, guys, we got the Atlanta Hawks. They're going on the road to take on the Golden State Warriors. Hawks come into this game winners of 3 out of their last 4 and fresh off a 109-108 win there at the Sacramento Kings. So a big win there for Atlanta, guys. We are seeing crazy, crazy stuff from this team all of a sudden. Dyson Daniels emerging as a superstar defender, and he's making some plays there on offense too. Trae Young only scored 7 points in the win, but posted a +15, really playing facilitator out there. 19 assists for him in the game. Capella was great out there. Riche was very, very good as well. We saw the Hawks shoot 16 of 38 from 3, despite Trae Young going only 0 for 2. DeAndre Hunter coming off the bench looked like a monster. This Hawks team comes into this game playing pretty well. I mean, they were going up against the Kings, who I'm not going to say were anywhere close to 100%, but, got to give them credit for their win. They got to win. They had no answer for Keon Ellis coming off the bench, having the night of his life, going up 9 of 15 from 3, but they come away with the 1-point win. they will definitely take it. In terms of their injury report, Jalen Johnson still on there, guys. We don't know when he's going to be back. Bogdanovich is likely going to be back for this game, which is pretty nice, guys. I mean, yeah, Jalen Johnson, yeah, listed as questionable there with that lower leg issue. So we don't know if he's going to be playing or not, but yeah, Bogdanovich being back for these last couple of games has definitely been a nice little boost. They have letting him play his way back into shape. Eventually, he will be a big weapon for this team, and we'll see what he can do here going on the road to take on the Warriors, who come into this game fresh off a 102-99 loss there at the Clippers. Got to be pretty frustrating there for the Warriors. Obviously, you know, they had their chances in that game, especially at the very, very end, but just couldn't quite knock down enough shots to make the dream a reality. It was unfortunate for us. We were on the Warriors in that game, but what are you going to do? Wiggins, 22 points. Steph, 26. This team still showing off that depth. They didn't shoot the ball particularly well from deep, but they did look pretty good there on the boards. And yeah, just a few too many turnovers, a few too many mistakes, and some missed shots and key moments. So I don't think we're too worried about the Warriors here in terms of their injury report. Curry is still on there. He's listed as day-to-day. So is Kyle Anderson, and Kevon Looney. So we'll see. I kind of expect all these guys to suit up. Steph's probable with his knee. Anderson with a neck issue is listed as questionable, and Looney, guys, is dealing with an illness. So yeah, you don't really know which way that's going to go. It can be a little bit tough. Yeah, illnesses, that's a rough one. That's a rough one. We got a lot of guys dealing with the flu here in the NBA right now. So looking at the trends for this one, the Hawks are 4-3 against the spread on the road. The Warriors are 3-2 against the spread at home. Both teams showing significant trends towards the over, guys. Big over trends in this game. Atlanta 11-4 to the over. The Warriors 9-4 to the over. Do we really want to play an over in a game that's listed at a total of 239.5 though? That feels pretty freaking rough, guys. I don't know if we can do that. You could say it's a system play and just plug it in there if you wanted, but I'm probably going to be staying away from this game mostly. In terms of the side, I'm leaning slightly towards the Warriors, -8.5, just since they're in a bounce back spot and the Hawks are coming off kind of an emotional win, but that's too many points for me in terms of the spread, and that's too many points for me in terms of the over-under. Last but not least here, guys, we've got the Orlando Magic going on the road to take on the LA Clippers. The Magic come into this game winners of their last 6 in a row, guys. Doing this without Paolo Banchero, very impressive. Very impressive what we're seeing from Mo Wagner. He's coming off of a big game. He put up 32 points there against the Phoenix Suns. Like I said, not the full-strength Suns, but still, got to give the dude major props. 32 points, a +12 out there. Yeah, just not a crazy amount of help for him, really. I mean, Anthony Black played great coming off the bench, and as a team, this group has just really been coming together here since Banchero went down, playing very good defense, crashing the boards, limiting the mistakes. They only had 10 turnovers in that win, and they did a decent job on the boards. I mean, they kept things close against a Suns team that was, really banging around it down there and getting a lot more rebounds. Mason Plumlee came up with 11 rebounds all on his own. So we'll see if Orlando can be a little bit better on the boards in this game, but they're playing pretty well, guys. They're still missing Wendell Carter Jr. and Paolo Banchero, so we'll see when those guys are back. Wendell Carter Jr. officially questionable for this game, so if he could come back, that would be a pretty nice addition, but I do think he would probably play limited minutes if he does return, and obviously Paolo going to be out for quite a while still, guys. Yeah, a torn oblique. Like, that just sounds rough. So we'll see what they can do here, going on the road to take on the Clippers, who are 8-7 on the year, winners of their last 2 in a row, and come into this game fresh off that 102-99 win there over the Warriors. Everybody's talking about James Harden having such a big season, having this renaissance, yada yada. I don't think James Harden is the best player on this team. I think the best player on this team is Norman Powell. He is the scorer out there. He's the one putting up the points. Zubac is doing all the dirty work there on the inside. And yeah, Norman Powell just shooting the lights out. He was 5 of 6 from 3 in that game against the Warriors, put up 23 points. Terrence Mann, Amir Coffey, both playing great off the bench. They were a big difference makers there in that game against Golden State. We saw the Clippers shoot 47% from 3-point range. That is way above what you can expect this team to normally shoot. So we'll see if they can replicate those kind of numbers, but it was a big night out there. Harden had 16 assists. I'm not taking anything away from that. He also had 3 turnovers. I don't know, guys. He was only 4 of 15 there from the field. At least he's learned to stop shooting when he hasn't got it. But yeah, we'll see what happens with the Clippers here down the stretch in this game, guys. Norman Powell, he is listed as out. That's why you see this, this spread the way it is. Powell's dealing with a hamstring issue. He's not going to be playing in this game. Other than that, it's a pretty clean bill of health. But when your best offensive player is out, all of a sudden you've got trouble there in River City. The Clippers are +2.5 in this game. We've got an over/under of 206. Orlando's only 2-6 against the spread on the road. They are 9-6 to the under. The Clippers are 5-4 against the spread at home and 9-5-1 to the under. A total of only 206 here, guys. I don't really want to bet the under, but it does seem like that's the way the trends want you to go. And especially with Norman Powell out, that would make a lot of sense to me. But my favorite pick on this game is definitely the Orlando Magic here at -2.5. I think we're going to really see how bad the Clippers need Norman Powell here to have success this season, because I don't think Harden is going to be capable of putting up some sort of huge game here against the Orlando Magic. Feel free to roast me in the comments if he does end up putting up that big game, guys. He's definitely going to try. I would pencil in Harden here for 25 plus shots in this game, but we'll see how it goes. Definitely liking the Magic in this spot. And guys, that's all we have for tonight. That's all the games we have. Hit that like button for good luck on all of your bets, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. Thanks for watching. You can click the link in the description to check out StumpTheSpread.com, and we will see you guys tomorrow for a Thursday night football video.